All right, so you wanted to understand the wisdom of Chanakya Neeti,
Mhm.
and we've got your deep dive ready. We're
Absolutely.
looking at excerpts from this ancient Indian text,
Yeah.
and wow, it's packed with insights into, you know, politics, leadership, life itself,
Oh, yeah.
originally written in Sanskrit.
Right.
It's fascinating how relevant these teachings remain even today.
And our mission today isn't just to summarize.
Right.
We're going to extract the most actionable
Right.
and intriguing advice Chanakya offers.
Like that.
Advice you can actually use to navigate the complexities of modern life.
So no need to dust off those ancient scrolls.
Yeah,
We're bringing this wisdom straight to the 21st century.
absolutely.
To really grasp the depth of Chanakya Neeti, I think it's important to understand the man behind it.
Right.
Who was this Chanakya?
So imagine a brilliant scholar,
Oh.
a master strategist, the advisor to Chandragupta Maurya,
Mm-hmm.
who founded the Mauryan Empire in ancient India around the 3rd century BCE.
Wow, so we're not talking about some small-town politics here.
No, no.
This is empire-level stuff.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Chanakya's nickname, Kautilya, speaks volumes about his personality.
Okay.
He earned it through his sharp intellect and strategic cunning,
Right.
a true political mastermind.
It's easy to assume that someone in that position
Yeah.
was driven purely by power.
Sure.
But I wonder if there was something more to it.
Well, what's fascinating is that Chanakya was deeply troubled by the state of his nation.
Okay.
He longed for a unified and prosperous India.
Mm-hmm.
This desire fueled his practical, results-oriented philosophy.
Right.
It wasn't just about abstract ideas.
Right.
It was about making things better.
So his personal drive really shaped the kind of advice that he gives in the Neeti
Absolutely.
that makes his teachings even more compelling.
Yeah, and one of the foundations of Chanakya's vision was education.
Okay.
He believed it was essential for both personal and societal advancement.
It's intriguing that an ancient text places such high importance on education. It's like he was saying, go to school, kids. Centuries before modern education systems.
Well, it really is ahead of its time.
Wow.
Chanakya's father was a teacher, and Chanakya himself was renowned for his scholarship.
Okay.
He dedicated himself to studying the Vedas at a very young age.
Wow.
Talk about being a lifelong learner.
He was walking the walk,
Yeah.
not just talking the talk.
Right.
And what resonates with me is how he framed education as an investment in oneself.
Absolutely.
It's about equipping yourself to succeed in life.
Precisely.
The knowledge and skills you gain today will pay off throughout your life.
Speaking of success, Chanakya had a lot to say about strategy.
Okay.
And he put his skills to the test on the battlefield.
Okay, I'm all ears.
All right.
Tell me about Chanakya, the strategist in action.
So remember he was advising Chandragupta Maurya,
Yeah.
who aimed to overthrow the Nanda dynasty ruling over a large part of India.
Mm-hmm.
Their initial strategy was a direct attack on the heart of the empire.
Okay.
It failed miserably.
So much for brute force. What do they do next?
This is where Chanakya's brilliance shines.
Okay.
They did a complete 180.
Okay.
Instead of overwhelming force, they targeted the borders of the empire,
Okay.
forming alliances with neighboring kings who also resented Nanda rule.
A classic divide and conquer approach.
Yeah.
Pretty clever.
Right.
Did they employ any other tactics?
Chanakya was also a master of espionage.
Wow.
He used spies to gather information, exploit his enemies' weaknesses, and sow discord within their ranks.
It sounds like a real-life spy thriller.
It does.
How can we apply this divide and conquer strategy in our own lives?
Right.
Maybe in a challenging work project or a personal goal we're struggling to achieve.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's about identifying the smaller, more manageable components of a large task.
Okay.
It's about recognizing your opponents,
Yeah.
whether they be internal roadblocks or external challenges,
Yeah.
and finding ways to neutralize them.
Great.
Sometimes the most direct path isn't the most effective.
Flexibility and understanding the situation are key.
Exactly.
It's not just about winning the battle.
Right.
It's about winning the war strategically.
Exactly. And that same strategic thinking can be applied to relationships.
Ooh, that's a great segue.
Yeah,
Because building genuine, supportive relationships is so crucial in any era.
absolutely.
What did Chanakya consider essential in a true ally?
He believed that true friends are those who stand by you in times of need, through illness, hardship, and even after death.
Wow.
They are the ones who offer unwavering support, regardless of the circumstances.
That makes you really reflect on the people you allow into your inner circle
Yeah.
and how they influence your life.
Yeah. Have you ever had an experience
Oh,
where
sorry.
a seemingly good friend turned out to be more harmful than helpful?
Unfortunately, yes.
And Chanakya warns against those who exhibit red flags,
Okay.
harsh speech, sinful conduct, betrayal of trust, or keeping bad company.
Yeah.
These are signs to pay attention to.
Right.
He even cautioned about being overly trusting with well-meaning friends, as they might become enemies and use your secrets against you.
That's a sobering thought.
It is.
It emphasizes the importance of being discerning while building relationships.
Precisely. It's a delicate balance.
Right.
We all want to be open and vulnerable,
Hmm.
yet protect our hearts and secrets.
Yeah.
Chanakya was a realist who understood the complexities of human nature.
And that realism extended to his views on trust in general.
Absolutely.
He didn't mince words about who not to trust blindly.
Right. His list is pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
He advises caution with animals possessing sharp claws, fair enough,
Sure.
but then adds large herding animals, swift rivers,
Wow.
armed men, women, and anyone connected to royalty.
Wow. That's a lot of distrust.
It is.
What do you think he was getting at with those specific examples?
Right.
I'm especially curious about the herding animals and rivers.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture,
Okay.
Chanakya was living in a time of great political upheaval. He'd seen firsthand how power could corrupt
Mm-hmm.
and how those closest to you could betray you.
Right.
The herding animals and rivers could be metaphors for unpredictable forces that can overwhelm you if you're not careful.
It's a reminder that we can't always control external circumstances,
Right.
but we can choose how we respond to them.
Yeah.
We can develop our own inner strength and resilience to navigate those unpredictable currents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's fascinating is how this advice translates to the modern world.
Okay.
Think about social media and online personas.
Oh, yeah.
Not everything is as it seems.
Right.
Chanakya's advice reminds us to be discerning about who we trust and how much we reveal,
Oh, yeah.
even in seemingly harmless situations.
It's like a digital version of don't trust anyone connected to royalty.
Absolutely.
We're surrounded by information and influencers,
Yeah.
but not all of them have our best interests at heart.
Right.
It's a good reminder to be cautious in the digital age.
Absolutely. But Chanakya wasn't just about avoiding danger. He had much to say about achieving success.
And for Chanakya, success was all about action.
Precisely. He believed that chasing impossible or ill-timed dreams rarely leads to anything worthwhile.
Duh.
Laziness and complacency were the enemies of knowledge and skill.
Mm-hmm.
He was all about taking initiative and putting in the effort.
I admire that proactive approach.
Yeah.
But was it all about sheer hard work, no matter the method?
Not quite.
Okay.
Chanakya, the strategist, emphasizes the importance of the right approach.
Okay.
He used a vivid analogy. The potter.
Okay.
A skilled potter uses a combination of care, gentleness, and force to mold clay into a beautiful pot.
Right.
He compares this to raising children,
Right.
where parents must find the right balance of love and discipline.
I like that.
Yeah,
It highlights how different approaches are needed at different times.
absolutely.
Like sometimes you need that gentle touch.
Right.
Sometimes you need to apply more pressure to achieve the desired result. How do you think this applies to personal growth?
Yeah.
To developing those qualities Chanakya valued?
It's about finding the right tools and techniques for the task at hand.
Okay.
Just like the potter, success in life requires consistent effort, the right approach, and the willingness to adjust methods along the way.
Yeah.
We need to assess our strengths and weaknesses,
Right.
recognize when to push forward and when to exercise patience, and adapt our approach as needed.
It's about working smart, not just working hard.
Exactly.
And it makes me wonder, what did Chanakya consider the true measure of a person?
Right.
Was it purely external achievements?
For Chanakya, true nobility wasn't about wealth or lineage,
Okay.
but about character and actions.
Okay.
He compared those lacking education to animals,
Wow.
emphasizing that knowledge and wisdom are what elevate a person.
So true.
Yeah,
It's about cultivating those inner qualities that make us truly human.
absolutely. Did he offer any examples to illustrate this point?
Yeah, I'm curious.
He uses the analogy of the dock flower.
Okay.
It's visually stunning, but lacks fragrance and isn't offered to deities in religious ceremonies.
Oh, wow.
Similarly, a person without knowledge,
Yep.
even if born into a good family, cannot achieve true respect or fulfillment.
Right.
Their potential is wasted.
Outer beauty or status pales in comparison to inner substance.
Absolutely.
Knowledge and character are what truly matter.
Exactly. And that brings us to another important theme in Chanakya Neeti.
Okay.
The power of self-control.
Let's dive into that.
Okay.
What did he have to say about mastering our desires?
He was very concerned with the destructive nature of vices.
Okay.
He believed that lust weakens both the body and the mind,
Right.
draining your energy and clouding your judgment.
So it's not just a moralistic warning,
No,
but a practical observation about how these vices can negatively impact our lives.
precisely.
Wow.
He also believed that greed, the insatiable desire for wealth and possessions,
Yeah.
ultimately leads to ruin. It can make you reckless, compromise your values, and leave you feeling empty.
It's about finding that balance between ambition and contentment.
Absolutely.
Striving for success without being consumed by it.
Precisely. And then there's anger,
Mm.
which Chanakya described as being destructive as fire.
Oh, wow.
It consumes you from within,
Yeah.
distorting your perception and leading to rash actions.
So staying composed under pressure is not just about achieving success.
Yeah.
It's about protecting your well-being.
Absolutely. And how do we cultivate this self-control?
Right, that's the question.
Chanakya, the pragmatist, believed knowledge was the key.
That seems to be a recurring theme.
Yeah.
But how does knowledge help us control these powerful emotions?
Right.
It's not like reading a book suddenly makes you less angry.
Well, Chanakya believed that by cultivating knowledge and wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This understanding allows us to see beyond those immediate urges and make choices aligned with our long-term goals and values.
It's like having a greater perspective,
Yes.
a higher awareness that helps you rise above those impulsive reactions.
Precisely.
Yeah,
This is such a powerful message for us today.
right?
We live in a world of instant gratification,
Yeah,
constantly bombarded with stimuli that trigger those very vices Chanakya warned about.
right.
It's more important than ever to cultivate inner strength and wisdom to make conscious choices rather than being ruled by our impulses.
You're so right.
Yeah,
I'm constantly reminding myself to put down my phone and be present in the moment.
absolutely.
It takes a conscious effort.
It does.
It also ties back to Chanakya's emphasis on action.
Yeah,
It's not enough to simply think about self-improvement.
right.
We have to actively work at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He believed that by cultivating those qualities that lead to a fulfilling life,
Mm-hmm.
we become active participants in shaping our destinies.
Okay.
And this leads us to another critical piece of advice: how to deal with difficult situations.
Yeah.
Life is full of challenges after all.
Absolutely. What were Chanakya's thoughts on facing those inevitable obstacles?
He had a very interesting perspective on challenges.
Oh, yeah.
He said, fear difficulties while they are distant,
Okay.
but face them boldly when they arrive.
Okay.
It's about mental preparedness, not letting fear paralyze you before you need to act.
So acknowledge that there might be storms ahead,
Right.
but don't let the fear of rain stop you from living your life.
Exactly. He believed that worrying about hypothetical problems is a waste of energy.
Yeah.
Instead, focus on preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for what may come.
Right.
Then, when those challenges do arrive,
Yeah.
he emphasizes composure and strategic thinking.
Don't panic. Take a deep breath and assess the situation.
Exactly.
Did he have any analogies for this?
He compared a wise person to the ocean.
Okay.
Just as the ocean remains calm despite absorbing the waters of numerous rivers,
Mm-hmm.
so too should we remain composed amidst difficulties.
I love that image.
Yeah.
It suggests that we can weather any storm if we stay grounded and centered within ourselves.
Mhm.
I find that very reassuring.
Me too. It reminds us that inner stability is what allows us to think clearly
Right.
and make wise decisions, even in a crisis.
It's not about avoiding difficulties altogether.
Right.
It's about developing that resilience
Yeah.
to navigate those challenges with grace.
And he goes on to say that a truly wise person doesn't just passively endure difficulties.
Okay.
They actively seek solutions.
Right.
They use their intellect and strategic thinking to find the best way forward.
It's about being proactive, not reactive.
Absolutely.
Taking control of your responses and shaping your destiny
Yeah,
rather than being a victim of circumstance.
absolutely. I find that incredibly empowering.
You do.
We all face challenges,
Okay.
but we don't have to be defined by them.
Yeah.
We can choose how we respond, learn from those experiences, and emerge stronger and wiser.
It's like you said earlier,
Yeah.
knowledge is power. The more we understand ourselves and the world around us,
Yeah.
the better equipped we are to navigate those inevitable ups and downs.
Exactly. And that brings us to another fascinating dimension of Chanakya's philosophy.
Right.
His insights into the dynamics of power and influence.
Ooh, now we're getting into some juicy territory.
We are.
He was clearly a master strategist when it came to politics.
Absolutely.
What wisdom did he offer for navigating those complex power dynamics?
He had a lot to say about leadership,
Okay.
both personally and societally.
Okay.
He believed true power stemmed from knowledge, wisdom, and righteous conduct. He often compared the ideal king to a father figure responsible for the well-being of his subjects.
So it's not just about wielding power,
No.
but using it responsibly for the benefit of others.
Precisely. He believed a wise leader should rule with both strength and compassion,
Okay.
balancing justice with mercy.
Yeah.
He also emphasized the importance of advisors who could offer sound counsel and challenge the ruler's perspective when necessary.
Surrounding yourself with people who will give you honest feedback,
Yeah,
even if it's not what you want to hear.
absolutely.
That's good advice for anyone in a leadership position, not just kings.
It speaks to the importance of humility and
Yeah.
recognizing that we don't have all the answers.
That makes me think about Chanakya's emphasis on understanding human nature.
Right.
He had a keen eye for people's motivations,
Yeah.
recognizing that we can't always trust blindly.
Yeah. What were his insights on what makes us tick?
I'm curious.
He believed that people are primarily driven by self-interest,
Okay.
a desire for pleasure, and the avoidance of pain.
Yeah.
But he recognized that these desires could manifest in both positive and negative ways. He saw how self-interest could fuel ambition and innovation, but also greed and corruption.
So human nature is this complex mix of light and shadow.
It is.
And understanding both sides is crucial for navigating life effectively. It's like a constant dance between our higher and lower impulses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Chanakya was a master at leveraging that understanding to achieve his goals. He knew how to appeal to people's desires, use their weaknesses strategically,
Right.
and inspire them to act in ways that benefited themselves and the greater good.
It's a powerful skill set.
It is.
And it's just as relevant today as it was in his time.
Absolutely.
Think about advertising, marketing, even just how we interact with each other on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Understanding what motivates people is crucial for communication and building relationships.
It is. And Chanakya provides insightful guidance
Okay.
on how to assess character, discern true motivations, and protect yourself from those who might try to take advantage of you.
Okay, I'm eager to hear those tips.
All right.
How can we apply his wisdom in our own lives?
He had a few key recommendations.
Okay.
He said to observe how people treat those less powerful than them,
Okay.
those who can't offer them any immediate benefit.
So how you treat a waiter or a customer service representative says a lot about your character.
Absolutely.
It's about basic respect and recognizing the humanity in everyone.
Exactly. He also suggested paying attention to how people behave under pressure. Do they remain calm and composed?
Right.
Or lash out and blame others?
Their true colors emerge when they're stressed or facing adversity.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder to observe how people act,
Right.
not just what they say.
Precisely. He also warned against trusting those who are quick to flatter,
Okay.
especially if their words don't match their actions.
Actions speak louder than words.
Absolutely.
It's easy to be charmed by smooth talkers.
Yeah.
But it's their behavior that reveals their true character.
Exactly. All of this comes down to being discerning.
Yeah.
Paying attention to those subtle cues that reveal a person's true character. Chanakya believed that by developing this skill, we could avoid being deceived and build relationships with people worthy of our trust and respect.
It's like becoming a student of human nature, constantly observing and learning from those around us.
Absolutely.
It's a fascinating,
It is.
albeit sometimes challenging.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. But with practice, it can become second nature.
That's true.
And this continuous learning process, this
Mm-hmm.
willingness to constantly expand our understanding of ourselves and the world,
Right.
is at the heart of Chanakya's teachings.
So we've gone from foundational principles of a strong life
Yeah.
to mastering strategy, navigating relationships,
Right.
conquering vices, and even understanding human nature.
We have.
Chanakya Neeti truly offers a wealth of knowledge for navigating life's complexities.
It does. And there's one final overarching theme that ties everything together.
Okay.
The concept of dharma.
You mentioned this earlier, righteous conduct, living in alignment with your purpose and values.
Exactly.
How does this concept fit into Chanakya's overall philosophy?
For Chanakya, Dharma wasn't just about personal morality.
Okay.
It was the guiding principle for all aspects of life,
Oh.
from politics and governance to individual behavior and interpersonal relationships.
So it's like a universal code of conduct,
Yeah,
a set of principles that should inform everything we do.
absolutely.
But was it a rigid set of rules or something more nuanced?
He believed that by living in accordance with Dharma,
Right.
we create a just and harmonious society where individuals can flourish and reach their full potential. It wasn't about rigid rules, but about discerning the right course of action in each situation,
Right.
considering the greater good.
It sounds like a delicate balance between individual fulfillment and the well-being of the collective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He believed Dharma should be applied with wisdom and flexibility, adapting to the specific circumstances.
Right.
It's about using your judgment to make choices that are both ethical and effective.
It's like having a moral compass guiding you through life's complexity.
Exact.
That resonates with me.
Yeah.
We face ethical dilemmas all the time,
Right.
both in our personal lives and on a larger scale.
Absolutely.
Having that inner compass to guide our decisions feels essential.
It is, and I think that's one of the most powerful messages in Chanakya Neeti.
Okay.
It offers us a framework for navigating those challenges with wisdom and integrity.
It's like having a set of principles to ground you when things get tough,
Yeah,
when you're not sure what the right path is.
exactly. And those principles, those core values, are what ultimately give our lives meaning and purpose.
It's not just about achieving success.
Right.
It's about achieving success in a way that feels good,
Absolutely.
that aligns with who we are at our core.
Beautifully put. I think that's the essence of Chanakya's legacy.
All right.
He was a brilliant strategist and a visionary leader who believed in the power of wisdom, integrity, and righteous conduct to create a better world.
So even though these teachings are ancient,
Yeah,
they still hold so much relevance today.
absolutely.
We can all learn from Chanakya's insights on strategy, leadership, and living a life of purpose.
I hope that exploring these timeless teachings will help you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you.
Yeah.
And maybe even find some inspiration for navigating your own life's journey with greater wisdom and intention.
This has been such a rich and insightful conversation.
It has.
I feel like we've only just begun to uncover the depths of Chanakya Neeti.
We have, but perhaps that's the beauty of these ancient texts.
Right?
They offer endless layers of meaning to explore and ponder.
I agree, and I'm excited to continue exploring this fascinating world with you.
Yeah.
What else can we uncover in the wisdom of Chanakya Neeti?
Well, let's find out.
Okay, great.
Let's dive in.
All right.
So, picking up where we left off, let's delve a little deeper into how Chanakya viewed the true measure of a person.
I'm intrigued to explore this further.
Okay.
We touched on the idea that outward appearances aren't everything,
Right.
using the dog flower as an example.
Yeah.
What else did Chanakya have to say about this?
He firmly believed that a person's worth is not determined by their birth or possessions.
Okay. But by their knowledge, character, and actions. It's interesting how Chanakya challenged those conventional hierarchies of his time.
Yeah.
I imagine back then, family name and wealth carried a lot of weight.
Absolutely. But Chanakya was all about challenging those norms. He believed education was the great equalizer,
Right.
having the power to elevate anyone regardless of their background.
Which makes sense, given his own life story.
Right.
He didn't come from a position of power,
Yeah,
but rose to prominence through his intellect and strategic thinking.
exactly. He saw how a lack of education could hold people back, even this with potential.
Right.
He compared a person without knowledge to an animal, emphasizing that knowledge and wisdom are what distinguish us as human beings.
It's almost like investing in your education is investing in your humanity. It's about cultivating those qualities that make us uniquely human.
Beautifully put. And this focus on personal growth wasn't just about intellectual pursuits.
Right.
It also extended to mastering one's emotions.
We briefly discussed self-control earlier.
Yes.
What specific advice did Chanakya offer for conquering our vices?
Okay.
Did he have any particular ones in mind?
He was particularly concerned about lust, greed, and anger.
Okay.
He believed lust weakens both the body and the mind, draining your energy and clouding your judgment.
So it's not just a moralistic warning,
No.
but a practical observation about how these vices can negatively impact our lives.
Precisely.
Wow.
He also believed that greed,
Wow.
The insatiable desire for wealth and possessions
Yeah.
ultimately leads to ruin.
Right.
It can make you reckless, compromise your values,
Yeah.
and leave you feeling empty.
It's about finding that balance between ambition and contentment,
Absolutely.
striving for success without being consumed by it.
Precisely. And then there's anger, which
Yeah.
Chanakya described as being destructive as fire.
Oh, wow.
It consumes you from within,
Yeah.
distorting your perception and leading to rash actions.
So staying composed under pressure is not just about achieving success.
Right.
It's about protecting your well-being.
Absolutely.
So how do we...
And how do we cultivate this self-control?
Right, that's the question.
Chanakya the pragmatist believed knowledge was the key.
That seems to be a recurring theme.
Yeah,
But how does knowledge help us control these powerful emotions?
right.
It's not like reading a book suddenly makes you less angry.
Well, Chanakya believed that by cultivating knowledge and wisdom, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
Okay.
This understanding allows us to see beyond those immediate urges
Right.
and make choices aligned with our long-term goals and values.
It's like having a greater perspective,
Yeah.
a higher awareness that helps you rise above those impulsive reactions.
Precisely.
Yeah,
This is such a powerful message for us today.
right.
We live in a world of instant gratification,
Yeah,
constantly bombarded with stimuli that trigger those very vices that Chanakya warned about.
Right.
It's more important than ever to cultivate inner strength and wisdom, to make conscious choices rather than being ruled by our impulses.
You're so right.
Yeah.
I'm constantly reminding myself to put down my phone and be present in the moment.
Absolutely.
It takes a conscious effort.
It does.
It also ties back to Chanakya's emphasis on action.
Yeah.
It's not enough to simply think about self-improvement.
Right.
We have to actively work at it.
Exactly. He believed that by cultivating those qualities that lead to a fulfilling life, we become active participants in shaping our destinies.
Okay.
And this leads us to another critical piece of advice.
Right.
How to deal with difficult situations.
Yeah,
Life is full of challenges after all.
absolutely.
Okay.
What were Chanakya's thoughts on facing those inevitable obstacles?
He had a very interesting perspective on challenges.
Okay.
He said, fear difficulties while they are distant, but face them boldly when they arrive.
Okay.
It's about mental preparedness, not letting fear paralyze you before you need to act.
So acknowledge that there might be storms ahead,
Right.
but don't let the fear of rain stop you from living your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He believed that worrying about hypothetical problems is a waste of energy.
Yeah.
Instead, focus on preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for what may come.
Right.
Then when those challenges do arrive,
Yeah.
he emphasizes composure and strategic thinking.
Don't panic, take a deep breath, and assess the situation.
Exactly.
Do you have any analogies for this?
He compared a wise person to the ocean.
Yeah.
Just as the ocean remains calm despite absorbing the waters of numerous rivers, so too should we remain composed amidst difficulties.
I love that image.
Yeah.
It suggests that we can weather any storm if we stay grounded and centered within ourselves. I find that very reassuring.
Me too.
Yeah.
It reminds us that inner stability is what allows us to think clearly and make wise decisions, even in a crisis.
It's not about avoiding difficulties altogether.
Right.
It's about developing that resilience to navigate those challenges with grace.
And he goes on to say that a truly wise person doesn't just passively endure difficulties.
Okay.
They actively seek solutions.
Right.
They use their intellect and strategic thinking to find the best way forward.
It's about being proactive, not reactive.
Absolutely.
Taking control of your responses and shaping your destiny rather than being a victim of circumstance.
Absolutely. I find that incredibly empowering.
Me too.
We all face challenges,
Right.
but we don't have to be defined by them.
Yeah.
We can choose how we respond, learn from those experiences, and emerge stronger and wiser.
It's like you said earlier, knowledge is power.
It is.
The more we understand ourselves and the world around us,
Yeah,
the better equipped we are to navigate those inevitable ups and downs.
exactly. And that brings us to another fascinating dimension of Chanakya's philosophy,
Right.
his insights into the dynamics of power and influence.
We've covered so much ground already, from Chanakya's strategic brilliance on the battlefield to his insights on leadership and human nature.
It's been quite a journey.
But there's one area I'm particularly curious to explore further.
Okay.
His views on relationships.
It's a fascinating aspect of his teachings.
Yeah.
While Chanakya was known for his pragmatism,
Right.
his views on relationships reveal a deeper understanding of human connection and the importance of genuine bonds.
We've talked about choosing friends wisely,
Right.
But I'm curious to hear more about his perspective on relationships in general.
Okay.
Was he all about strategy, even in matters of the heart?
While he definitely had a practical approach,
Okay.
it wasn't devoid of emotion.
Right.
Remember, Chanakya valued loyalty and support above all else.
Mm-hmm.
He believed that true friends are those who stand by you through thick and thin,
Yeah.
offering support during times of illness, hardship, even after death.
Wow, that's a high bar for friendship.
It is.
It really makes you think about who you can truly count on in life.
Yeah,
Those deep, meaningful connections where you know someone has your back no matter what.
exactly. He also emphasized shared values and goals, believing that strong relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and a shared vision for the future.
So it's not just about enjoying someone's company.
Right.
It's about finding people who align with your core values and who support your aspirations. It's about growing together and inspiring each other to be better.
Precisely.
And this applies not just to friendships,
Right.
but to romantic relationships as well.
Absolutely.
Chanakya believed that choosing a life partner should be approached with careful consideration,
Yes.
factoring in character, intelligence, and family background.
Very much so.
So it's not just about falling head over heels in love.
No.
It's about making a conscious choice to build a life with someone who's compatible with you on multiple levels.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's advocating for a thoughtful approach to love,
Mm-hmm.
not just following your heart blindly.
Yes. He believed a strong and stable marriage was the foundation of a happy and prosperous life,
Okay.
and offered specific advice on how to choose a suitable partner.
I'm all ears. Spill the ancient dating secrets.
Oh, okay.
What did Chanakya recommend?
He stressed the importance of looking beyond superficial qualities like beauty or wealth,
Okay.
and focusing instead on character traits like kindness, loyalty, and intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
He also believed it was important to choose a partner who came from a respectable family,
Right.
as he saw this as an indicator of good upbringing and values.
It's like he's encouraging a holistic assessment,
Yeah,
considering the person as a whole,
right.
their character, their mind, and their background.
Absolutely.
It's about making a thoughtful and informed decision,
Yeah,
rather than being swayed by fleeting infatuation.
exactly. This emphasis on careful consideration and shared values
Yeah.
reflects Chanakya's overall philosophy of pragmatism and strategic thinking
Right.
applied to one of life's most important decisions.
It's interesting how he saw those strong relationships,
Right.
whether friendships, family ties, or romantic partnerships, as essential for personal happiness and societal well-being.
That's a key point.
Yeah. Chanakya recognized that individual happiness is interconnected with the well-being of the community. He understood that strong relationships create a more stable and prosperous society.
It makes sense, considering his role as a political advisor.
Right.
He was always thinking about the big picture,
Yeah,
how individual actions impact the greater good.
exactly.
And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of his philosophy,
Okay.
his views on wealth and prosperity.
Yes, it's a topic that often sparks debate.
It does.
While we've discussed the dangers of greed,
Right.
I'm curious to hear more about his overall perspective on wealth.
Yeah.
Was he all about asceticism,
Right.
or did he see a place for material abundance in a fulfilling life?
That's a great question. It seems like a tricky balance to strike.
Chanakya certainly recognized the importance of material security.
Okay.
He believed having sufficient wealth was essential for a stable and comfortable life.
Right.
But he was also very clear about the dangers of becoming attached to possessions. It's like the saying, money's a good servant but a bad master.
Right.
You need enough to live comfortably,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't become your primary focus or source of identity.
Exactly. He believed true wealth lay not in material possessions,
Okay.
but in knowledge, wisdom, and good character.
Right.
He often compared wealth to a fickle friend,
Oh,
one who could easily abandon you in times of need.
that's a powerful analogy.
It is.
It reminds us that material possessions are fleeting,
Right.
while our inner qualities and the strength of our relationships are what truly sustain us through life's ups and downs.
Precisely. And he stressed the importance of using wealth wisely,
Right.
both for personal benefit and the betterment of society.
Right.
He encouraged generosity, philanthropy, and using wealth to support worthy causes.
So it's not just about accumulating wealth,
Right.
but about recognizing the responsibility that comes with it.
Yeah.
You have a duty to use it in a way that benefits not just yourself, but the community around you.
Exactly.
That's a form of stewardship.
And this emphasis on social responsibility
Yeah.
reflects Chanakya's deep concern for the well-being of his nation.
Okay.
He believed that individual prosperity should contribute to the overall prosperity of society.
It's about creating a system where everyone has the opportunity to thrive,
Right.
not just a select few.
Exactly.
It's a vision of a just and equitable society that resonates even today.
It does.
We still grapple with these issues of wealth, inequality, and social responsibility.
Absolutely. And Chanakya's teachings offer valuable insights into how to approach these challenges, both on an individual and societal level.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful.
It has.
We've explored Chanakya's wisdom on personal growth, strategy, relationships, the nature of wealth, and the importance of social responsibility.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how these ancient teachings still offer so much relevance to our modern lives.
It's a testament to the enduring power of his ideas,
Yeah.
Chanakya's insights on human nature, leadership, and the pursuit of a fulfilling life transcend time and culture.
Exactly. His teachings challenge us to think deeply about our own values,
Absolutely.
our goals, and our role in the larger world.
Yeah.
They invite us to live with greater intention, wisdom, and compassion.
Beautifully said. I hope that by exploring these timeless teachings, you've gained a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. And perhaps you've even found some inspiration for navigating your own life's journey with greater purpose and fulfillment.
I know I have.
Yeah.
Chanakya Neeti is a treasure trove of wisdom that offers something for everyone.
It does.
It encourages us to cultivate our minds, strengthen our relationships, use our resources wisely, and contribute to a better world.
And perhaps the most important takeaway is this.
Okay.
Wisdom is a journey, not a destination.
That's so true.
There's always more to learn, more to discover, and more to apply in our daily lives.
So true. This deep dive has sparked my curiosity to explore Chanakya Neeti further. I encourage you to do the same.
Absolutely.
Keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep seeking those timeless truths that can guide us toward a life of meaning and purpose.
I love that.
Until next time, keep diving deep,